A fiery streak lights up the pre-dawn sky. A Ukrainian missile, American-made, screams across the border. Its target Russian soil. For the first time in this brutal conflict, Ukraine has launched a direct attack on its aggressor. This is a turning point. The stakes just got higher. The world holds its breath.
This was not a reckless act. After months of deliberation, I authorized the transfer of ATACMS missiles to Ukraine. This decision, a calculated gamble, reflects the West's growing concern about Russia's relentless aggression. The message is clear: Ukraine will not stand alone.
The missiles found their mark. An ammunition depot in Bryansk, deep inside Russia, erupted in a series of devastating explosions. Secondary blasts ripped through the night, sending shockwaves for miles. The Kremlin, caught off guard, scrambled to downplay the damage. Their propaganda machine went into overdrive. But the truth is undeniable. Ukraine, armed with American firepower, has struck a blow at the heart of Russia's war machine. This changes everything. The question now is, how will Putin respond? Putin's response was swift and chilling. He announced a lowering of Russia's threshold for nuclear weapon use. The world, already on edge, moved closer to the brink. This was not mere rhetoric. This was a calculated threat, designed to sow fear and deter further Western support for Ukraine.
The attack on Bryansk was an act of aggression, an escalation that demands a firm response.
The Kremlin's propaganda machine went into overdrive, painting Ukraine as a puppet of the West, a threat to Russian security. But the world sees through Putin's lies. His invasion of Ukraine was unprovoked, a violation of international law. His threats of nuclear escalation are those of a desperate man losing his grip on power. The West cannot be cowed by these threats. We must stand firm with Ukraine, providing them with the weapons they need to defend themselves. The alternative is unthinkable, a world where nuclear blackmail becomes the norm. The ATACMS missiles, with their longer range and precision strike capabilities, are a game-changer for Ukraine. They give Ukraine the ability to strike deep behind enemy lines, targeting Russian command centers, supply depots, and critical infrastructure. Military analysts believe that these missiles could tip the balance of power in Ukraine's favor. By crippling Russia's logistics and command structure, Ukraine can slow down the Russian advance and eventually force a negotiated settlement.
However, experts also caution against overestimating the impact of these missiles. Russia still possesses a vast military arsenal, including advanced air defense systems. They will undoubtedly adapt their tactics and try to minimize the effectiveness of the ATACMS.
The coming weeks and months will be crucial. The world will be watching closely to see how Ukraine utilizes these new weapons and how Russia responds. The outcome of this conflict and the future of global security may hang in the balance. The world reacted to the missile strike and Putin's nuclear threats with a mixture of condemnation and apprehension. Western leaders denounced Russia's actions and reaffirmed their support for Ukraine. The European Union announced new sanctions against Russia and pledged to increase military aid to Ukraine. NATO held emergency meetings to discuss the crisis and reinforce its eastern flank.
The attack on Bryansk has plunged the world into a new and dangerous phase. The risk of escalation is real. The world is watching, waiting, and praying for a peaceful resolution. But hope feels fragile in these uncertain times.
However, the crisis also exposed deep divisions within the international community. Some countries, particularly those with close ties to Russia, were hesitant to condemn Putin's actions or provide further support to Ukraine. The world is indeed watching, waiting, and praying for a peaceful resolution. But hope feels fragile in these uncertain times.